The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 296 of your daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Red Bicycle AutoBike No.1 playing cards. So, with no further ado, let's crack that cellophane because these are still fresh in the cellophane. So, there should be a pull tab right here on the side. Let's see if we can grab that. It might be a little stuck. Okay, now that we're back, that took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, but now we got a little bit of a tear here. We're going to tear that cellophane right off, maybe. And now that's off. You can see that it is in a matte white finish tuck box with some other matte red accents, and then you got a little bit of red foiling on the front of the tuck box here. And it says bicycle. The United States Playing Company, Russell and Morgan Factories, AutoBike No.1. So this is kind of like a little bit of a throwback to like an older style design because you got the older style bicycle logo, and then you got the old style spade there in the middle. And then you have the Russell and Morgan like little name down there. That's like the original name of the bicycle or the United States Playing Company. There, on one side you got air cushion finish made in the USA, and that foiling. Other side has the same thing, air cushion finish made in the USA. On the bottom you got the barcode and some corporate information. These are from 2016, made in the USA. And the recycling logo. On the back, you got that old style looking back design, but we'll get into that when we get to the cards. And for the seal, you got a black and white stamp style seal there. There, and it says Russell Morgan Co. There, all the way around. It says Cincinnati, Ohio there on the seal, and you got the fives there, and then you got the image of a dog on the inside there in that little circle, but it's kind of hard to see. On the top it says standard size, retro face, so like an older like retro style deck. Now that we've seen now we'll crack the seal, grab a handy dandy card opener. This is more of a slightly plasticky seal, but it still looks pretty good. On the tuck flap, you just got a bunch of corporate information. The two inner tuck flaps are just that matte white finish. Take the cards out of the box. On the inside tuck box, it's just plain white. Nothing too crazy or fancy going on inside there. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, come take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with that back sign. Here we have that mirrored back sign with the standard white border. And it is a red and white colorway design. Excuse me there. Anyway, yeah, that red and white design. And for the design, you got like a floral kind of pattern around the, the around the little border there. And then you got the old style, like kind of like electric, kind of like pedal bike there on either side. Hence the name AutoBike No.1. Then if you were to flip it over, it would be the same design in both directions. And now for the cards you get with the deck. Here we have the standard bicycle Joker, which is Joker, and then you got the King on the bike that we've all seen, and then you got a colored one, which has some yellows and some reds there. You got a black and white and the colored one, which we'll always see. It's just slightly different colors. And then we got that custom Ace of Spades, which says playing cards, US playing cards. And you got that old style spade there, and then you got the old style bicycle logo, which says Auto Bike No.1, made in the USA. And then the rest of the pips, they're like pretty standard like spades there, but they're in that old style like design. So you got the older style like look and feel to the spades there. With a little bit more taller of a spade instead of like the more shorter style. It's more of a taller spade. Then you got the slightly older style looking court cards, pretty standard looking, but slightly older color, older style there. So yeah, the older style, and then you got reds, yellows, and blues. Still pretty standard colors for the court card. And then the diamonds are that old style, older style, or more like a boxy style, compared to the more sleek and curved design that they have today. And it's like a darker red colorway to a more brighter red. And the court cards once again are that like slightly older style look to it than the same yellow, red, and blues. Same with the clubs, yellow, red, and blues colorway, and the slightly older style look to it. And the clubs have that same kind of like design, like the older style design, same style stem as the spades had. Slightly like wider or taller, slightly spade there, or club. And lastly, we got the hearts. And the hearts, Jack Green King of Hearts, that same retro style like design to them. And they have that red, yellow, and blue colorway once again. And then the hearts, slightly custom heart, nothing like too crazy, but they're slightly like a more wider heart, and in that darker red colorway. And the last two cards we get in the deck, here we get a little information card about the bicycle AutoBike No.1. And it says, an American original, the bicycle brand celebrates over 130 years of playing card history with the reproduction of an early card back design called AutoBike No.1. The AutoBike No.1 deck was printed from 1902 to 1906 and produced only in red and blue colors. The tuck and back design illustrate the intricate style of the early bicycle and Russell and Morgan brands. Feeling inspired to check out more? And then the website down at the bottom. On the back, it's just the back design. And then here we got the little bicycle ad card. It says, get a seat at the table. And you got all the different social medias there. On the back, it's just the back design. And now that we took a look at the cards, time to test the handling. And first, we'll start with the springs. And there's definitely one thing I noticed right away, because these are like straight out of the box, that they're definitely stiff, like on the stiffer side. So you definitely have to like break these in. There's a little bit of flex, but you have to like really like use a lot of effort to like flex these and bend them to get them to spring. They're definitely still springable, just you have to squeeze them really hard. So they're not like the best springs out of the box, but they're still pretty smooth if you can actually like squeeze them hard enough to get them to spring. So they're definitely really stiff. And now time for the fans. As you can see some of the pips and some of the numbers there. They spread pretty evenly. There's no stickiness or clumpiness to the card. They spread pretty good. It's just a little bit harder to see the numbers because there's slightly smaller like corner numbers in the corner there. I can still slightly see them. Now for the Pharaoh. And a super smooth Pharaoh there, and they interlocked away flawlessly. Now for the giant fin of that back design. And now time for that reverse Pharaoh. And the reverse Pharaoh is definitely not as smooth. As you can see, I'm shuffling, like trying to push them together to get them to interlock and weave. And if not the best reverse Pharaohs, but the regular Pharaoh was pretty good. Now for a giant fin of the faces. And now time for the riffle shuffle or bridge shuffle. You can definitely feel the cards are like more stiff and like a thicker stock when you go to do the riffle, because you have to slightly like pull them back, like bend them a little bit, and a little bit stiff. And the riffles are just not working right now for some reason. But when you get it, they will riffle. It's just, yeah. Okay, I'll try one more and see how these work, because for some reason they're not really working. There we go. When you actually get one to work, they work pretty good. Because, okay, we're just going to move on. But the riffles, when you actually get one to work, they work pretty smoothly there. Pretty smooth. Some were smooth, some were not, but the more you do, the more smoother you'll get. And break in, just break them in. Now time for the packet cuts. Well, the packet cuts aren't too bad. They're not like overly slippery, which is pretty nice, but they could be slippery from time to time. You gotta be careful with that, but overall, pretty decent packet cut ability. Now for that one-handed cut, or Charlier cut. And now time for the dribble. Well, I can definitely tell this is not my favorite dribbling deck in the world, because they don't dribble like the best either way. They're definitely a little bit better like with back design up, because you got a little bit more grip to them, but they still like kind of want to slide out of your hands. And you have them face up, you can kind of grip them, but like they definitely want to slide out of your hands. Well, not the worst dribbles, because they still dribble pretty good, but like it's just not like the best. But anyways, now time for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, like I say, this deck is a pretty nice retro throwback, a retro style there. So you got the old retro style back design, which looks pretty good in the modern like kind of like styling there. So pretty decent back design, pretty nice. And then for the faces, they're pretty standard faces. There's like the retro like art style to it. You got the retro pips to it, the old school ones. Well, this is what they used before we have what we have now. So this was a standard before what we have is standard now. So they look still pretty good though. They don't look too different than like the clubs and the spades might be slightly different, but like looking, where it goes to the stems and stuff. But they're still pretty standard. And the court cards, they're slightly custom, like well, not like custom, but like in that retro style. But they still look pretty like the standard ones today. They're all pretty simplistic design for the cards. And a pretty good back design. So overall, fantastic retro design, like retro throwback. And for the handling, they handle pretty decent. Not like the best. I'm not saying they're terrible. They're like pretty still like they're a bicycle deck, so they handle still pretty good. But like the stock and finish of the card is slightly like stiffer. They're still like they still spread pretty good. Like they got no stickiness to them and stuff. So that's pretty good. So overall, pretty fantastic handling, I guess. Well, not like, yeah. Well, I don't hate the handling, so it still works. Just like a thicker cardstock, so depending on what kind of thickness you like, you either love it or hate the handling. But I found not like too many issues. And then for that design, pretty fantastic design there. I kind of dig that like old retro style back design. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 296 of Daily Deck Review. This has been the red bicycle, AutoBike No.1 playing cards, and I'm the Candy Card Collector, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.